welcome to the WoodUBeMine Hop. We are sharing inspiration for the upcoming Valentine holiday with projects that incorporate wood. We hope you find each project as lovely as your best Valentine memory. I'm Tracy with Artful Creations by Tracy. Welcome to my channel. At the top of the description box, you will find a link to the next person in the lineup. I hope you will take time to watch all the Hop videos because we love your comments and your thumbs up. If you aren't already a subscriber, I hope you would consider subscribing and click on the little bell so you won't miss any of my uploads. You can also use the hashtag WoodUBeMine to find all the videos in this hop. My project is inspired by one of my husband's desires to create tea light holders. For my project, I will be using chalk paint by Folk Art, and the colors I have chosen are Imperial, Milk Jug, and White Adirondack. I'll also be using the satin finish Mod Podge along with these pattern papers from a very old card making paper pack from my stash. Now here's a close-up of the tea light holders my husband created. They are made from pine and the wood has many cool characteristics that make them quite unique. He loves to dabble in woodworking and is enjoying the creation of tea light holders. These particular ones are made out of basic pine wood and then cut, routed, sanded by him, and now it's my turn to spruce them up. Or should I say pine them up? As you see, I have started to paint one of them using the Imperial chalk paint. The great thing about using chalk paint is that it dries very quickly. While I'm painting this, I'd like to tell you that some of us might be offering prizes on our channels from this hop. So be sure to pay attention for details. You can check out my description box for more details. And just a quick note, I will be giving away a prize, but you must stick around to the end to find out what it is. Now, in order to win my prize, you must like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Now, I did have to shake this up because I had forgotten to do that ahead of time, and this was the first time I was using this color. What you want to do is make sure you get a nice, even coat on the entire piece. Now, I will not be painting the bottom of this. Just the sides and the top, and you can see there's a little routed edge, so I need to make sure I get in the little crevices there. And once I'm done painting this, I will paint the other one off camera using the White Adirondack that I have already used many times. Here they are all painted, and I have torn up scraps of paper. I didn't think I needed too much, so I only used those strips, and I will use them to decoupage on that white holder. For the red holder, I will use the milk jug to lay down a few areas to make it look a little weathered. But first, I'm going to weed the word love that I created on my Cricut and cut it out in black vinyl. The font I used is called Hibiscus Swoosh by a company called Maker's Gonna Learn. I will link them down below along with all the products that I used today. If you have never weeded vinyl before, it can be a little time consuming, but a nice pointy tool works out great. I will apply this to my red holder just a little bit later. And as I'm finishing that up, what I'm going to use is one of my sponge brushes to start to spread on the milk jug paint. All right, now we're going to get started. And I learned my lesson the first time, so you're going to see me shake this off camera, and you could tell because of the lights kind of look like they're blinking. The things we do. Anyway, I'm going to be using very light brush strokes, trying to make sure that I'm not getting a lot of paint onto the surface. The look, like I said, I'm going for is weathered or distress. And right off the bat on that one side, I did not do a very good job, and it's kind of hard to see because I apologize, I'm a little bit off camera. But I want to concentrate on getting the paint on the edges and the raised parts. I will go back and cover up that part I messed up with the laying it on a little bit too thick because using the paper towel didn't help very much, but I will go over that a little bit later. So I do think it turned out great. What do you think? Okay, let's set that aside, and I'm going to now show you some decoupaging. I'm just going to do the one side on the tea light holder. The rest of it I will complete off camera, but first what you want to do is start out by using any Mod Podge of your choice and laying down a coat onto your surface. Now, it's important that you use the right brush. Oh, yeah, I accidentally grabbed the brush that I was using to do the painting with. So let's use the right brush and lay down that Mod Podge. All right. And when you tear your papers, it's very random. That's the whole part I feel in decoupaging, unless you want to be very concise with the design. There's so many types of decoupaging, but I kind of like the more tattered, worn, distressed look of things in general. So therefore I chose to just tear apart these pieces in random. I wanted to make sure some of that white showed, and now, like I said, we're just going to lay these down in random fashion. As I'm laying them down, I did realize that I didn't really want to completely cover up my painted area. So towards the end, you'll see me kind of fiddle with that and leave some more of that white space. Because what would be the whole point of painting it if I'm just going to cover it, right? So let's not do that. Unless, of course, that's what you want to do. But in my case, I did not. All right, now I am going to show you that I do have some overlapping on the edge and the bottom, and I will trim those off and then make sure that I glue those top pieces down onto the tea holder. And we'll be right back when it's complete. All right, here is my first pass on the decoupaging, and my next step is going to use Vintage Photo Distress ink and a finger dauber to cover up the torn edges of the paper and all around the open areas of the holder, as you see me doing. I will cover the entire holder with the Distress ink method, and once I am done with this, off camera, I will cover the entire thing with doing some more decoupage, let it dry, add a little bit more distress on my torn edges again, and then I will cover it with that Mod Podge with 2 coats. So it's not quite complete, but it is very close to being complete. And this look isn't for everyone. I know it kind of looks a little very random and maybe a little sloppy, but in the end, I think it turned out really cute. All right. Now we're going to go ahead and add that Love vinyl to our red holder. Now my red holder does not have any Mod Podge coverage on it. I want to make sure that my vinyl would adhere to the wood first. And I'm just going to bring out my T-square to get a general measurement and length and see how long my word is. And then I am going to mark off with the pencil where I want to lay down my word. And to add vinyl to your project piece, you will need a piece of transfer paper. Now, there are many different types of transfer paper. However, what I'm using, I should say, is contact paper. And I picked that up at, I believe, maybe the hardware store, like a Home Depot or Menards or something like that. Some people don't like the use of contact paper. I don't see a problem with it. I think it works great, and it's rather inexpensive. I know you can also pick it up at Dollar Tree. And the other thing is that I will reuse it several times too. Now you will need a squeegee tool. As you see, what I'm doing is called burnishing, and you're just going to swipe the parts down, front, back, and then once you put it on your piece of wood. Now I also wanted to erase those pencil marks. That didn't work out too well. You can kind of see it up in the right hand corner. So I just came in with some of that red paint again and dabbed it on there. And once that completely dries, I will put the Mod Podge on to seal it, and that piece will be done. I like that. What do you think? I think it looks really pretty. Okay. And here's the piece that I have put a coat of Mod Podge on. So that actually is done. I'm just going to put some more Mod Podge on it later, and then it'll be all dry, and I'll be back with them complete. And here we are, our finished and sealed Tealight holders. How do you think they turned out? I think they turned out pretty cute. Now we're going to add some tea lights and get in the mood for Valentine's. These tea lights are some I had around the house for quite a long time. I believe they're from Party Light, but I feel that now that our wood tea light holders are complete, they're getting us in the mood for Valentine's Day. And let's turn off those lights. All right, how about my giveaway? Now I'm going to be giving away a stamp set, and that stamp set is from Close to My Heart, and it's called You Warm My Heart. I believe this was the stamp set for November, and here I'm going to bring it out right now as I'm a little ahead of myself. There we go. Isn't that cute? I think this is such an adorable stamp set. Still nice for this time of year. And surprise, I'm giving away 2 sets. One for domestic and one for international. So you must tell me where you're from in the comments. Like and subscribe to my channel. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you for watching and have a blessed day.